Hey, Jim here from 3J Music. Back with a little bit of a new look, which is kind of still work in progress. But more important than that is my first sponsored video. So I've been doing this for a little while now, and kind of happy to say that my first sponsored video is not just anyone or any product, but it's a product and a person that I believe in. Had a conversation with Torsten from Tease Guitars last week, and the result of that was that he was going to send me one of the E-Series guitars, which is the Tele style guitars. If you watched a few months back, you saw that I did a review of the ST1, which is the Strat style guitar by Tease, and I was really blown away by the quality of that at the under $200 price point. And I know that Torsten is really happy with the results of the E-Series and proud of the E-Series as the Tele version of those guitars. And these sit under $300, just under $300. So the E-Series is a little bit of a step up, specs-wise. And one of the things that Torsten and I talked about was that he was going to add the professional setup, which is an option on the website when you buy the guitars. He was going to add the professional setup to this guitar, and that I would talk about that a little bit. That is yellow. So it looks like this is set up with 9 to 42 Ernie balls. He puts it all on the tape here. So I'm just going to get a close-up of that. Okay, so let's talk about what we have here. We have a very yellow Tele style guitar, matching headstock. The new Tease logo, which is a simple T, which I think looks pretty cool. Roasted maple neck and fretboard. Locking tuners, I think these are the Tease 18-to-1 locking tuners. The tuners on the ST1 are not locking tuners, but they do work pretty well. So I would imagine that there's not going to be much of an issue with these either. Roller string trees, which I always like to see. It's so much better than just basically the clamps. And check out that neck and fretboard. see here, we got that nice little contour and little cutout here for improved access. And the pinwheel truss rod, that's nice. There's a little bar for adjustment that came with it, and an Allen wrench for the saddles. It's a full thickness poplar body with a belly cut. I would like to have seen an arm carve, but I'm a Strat guy. Looks like your typical Tele style neck pickup, but look close. What we have here is a dual rail humbucker, single coil size. So now you get your 3-way switch, volume and tone. These feel pretty nice. And coil split. Black saddles. Yeah, I've never been much of a Tele guy. As a matter of fact, I think this might be the first Tele style guitar that I've reviewed on the channel. There's a lot to like here. One of my biggest issues with Teles is the big old block body, and you know, again, that's coming from a long-time Strat guy. So the belly cut here is nice, and man, that is a thin neck. Not in a bad way. I like it. Modern C. That's some pretty low action. We got the tuner, so let's check that out. Okay, so the tuning and the intonation spot on. So action, intonation, two important parts of the Pro setup, and yeah, both great. So yeah, I'm excited to plug this into the Friedman IRX and see what we have for some sounds. So let's get into it. Okay, so this does the Tele thing. The clean sounds, the rock sounds, the bluesy rock sounds. And when I was talking to Torsten, I said, you know, Teles are cool, and I always liked the sound of them, and I always liked the looks of them, but I'm kind of a gain guy. And he said, well, the secret to this Tele is, this Tele loves gain. This little humbucker, single coil humbucker, loves gain. So we've done the cleans and the rock, bluesy rock. Now we're going to see just how much this does love gain. Well, there you go. You don't see too many Teles in drop D, do you? I think we can all agree that that's got some bite. And the guitar in that track was courtesy of the Angle iron ball behind me here. Okay, so maybe bright yellow isn't really a metal or heavy color, but if you go to Tease Guitar's website right now, there's a bunch of new colors available for pre-order. I like the rawhide myself, but I'm sure you'll find a color in there that suits you. And honestly, I mean, you get a great guitar here for the same price or less as a lot of boutique pedals out there. So, I mean, how can you go wrong? So go check out Tease Guitars for one of the E-Series guitars, or there's other new stuff coming that I'm personally pretty excited about. And we all want great guitars at great prices, right? That's why the whole budget guitar boom has happened. Well, here you have a great guitar at a great price and a great guy standing behind them who is accessible and not just a ghost or a faceless email or corporation. In fact, I'm going to link his YouTube page in the description of this video, as well as the website, and go check him out. Tell him I sent you. And if you like this video or found it useful, I would appreciate it very much this time if you would hit like and subscribe and comment. So, thanks for watching.